Alright, yo, what up? This is your all shook up. We're just gonna go over top 5 sets in PvP right now. I'm just kind of going off of Anime's video. Just kind of want to give my opinion. It's been a while since I did any top 5 PvP sets, so I just wanted to kind of get back into that. But before we get into that, I always gotta say thank you guys so much for all your support. You know, I have to let you guys know that. So thank you so much. So yeah, so basically, wanted to get into top 5 PvP sets, kind of my opinion on it. What necessarily works for me might not work for someone else, and especially I play like a specific way, which is mostly like dizzy swing, wrecking blow kind of play style. But with that said, we're gonna get into the number 5. So I'm gonna go 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. At my personal number 5 is Wretched Vitality. So, like I'm saying, my number 5. I love this set. I don't necessarily know if it's the greatest set on the planet or anything like that, but for me, it's definitely in top 5. I really really like this set right here. So I'll explain, especially if you're new. I like to run on my back bar, but potentially, or what it's supposed to do is gives you, adds 129 magicka recovery, 129 stamina, adds spell and weapon damage, which is nice. While in combat, applying a major buff or debuff with a duration to a target grants you 260 magicka and stamina recovery by 15 seconds. While in combat, apply a minor buff or debuff with a duration that to a target that grants you 130 magic and stamina recovery 15 seconds. Like I said, not necessarily is this the best set, but in my opinion, it's one of the best sets that you could possibly use, especially as a beginner. Like if you're struggling with sustain, you throw on Wretched and Essence. I mean, you don't have to worry about sustain no more. You just pump damage and everything else besides, worrying about sustain. So that would be my number 5. Now, we have to go to number 4, which I believe is similar to what Anime put. So let's get into that. It is Mechanical Acuity. One of the best sets in the game, in my opinion. This thing is crazy strong. If you pair this with Wretched, you're not going to go wrong. You pair this with Rally, and you're just going to be bodying people. You pair this with Essence. This is just easily one of the best sets in the game. I love this set. I call it the Juggy set because this dude would use this. It didn't matter to the patch. He would body you with this thing on anything he plays. So it gives 100. Oh, my bad. It gives adds 1,096 max stamina, adds 1,096 max magicka, adds 129 weapon and spell damage. And here's the cool thing: when you deal non-crit damage, you gain a stack of Mechanical Acuity for 4 seconds, granting you 20% critical strike chance per stack up to once every 1 second, and stacking up to 5 upon reaching max stacks or after the effect ends. This effect cannot occur again for 25 seconds. So this thing with Rally on one of the arc builds that I had is absolutely amazing. It's so good that you cannot, seriously, it really hits very hard. Just because arc, it gives you that crit bonus when you paralyze somebody. So, and then you got wrecking blow. So basically those are 5 and 4. For my number now, I think my number 3 and his number 3 are different. My number 3, which everybody might say I'm crazy, but I think it is good old Essence Thief. Essence Thief is absolutely insane. That would be my number 3. I know you guys are probably like, what? But that's my number 3 set. It is Essence Thief. It is so strong. It's crazy how strong this set is, but I still can't put it above the next 2 because the next 2 you combine, it hits extremely hard. But a lot of people will say this one's better. Overall, it probably is, but I'm just giving you my opinion, My opinion is not 100% factual. It's just, kind of based on an opinion of what I think. Essence Thief is easily one of the best sets in the game. It adds 1,096 max stamina, 1,096 max stamina, for your damage. Adds 129 weapon and spell damage. Deal damage with a light or heavy attack essence from that enemy that pulls near them 5 seconds. Drawing from the pool heals you for 4,400 and 4,443 health, restores 4,356 stamina, and increases your damage done by 10% for 10 seconds, and can pull only be created once every 10 seconds. So when you really think about that, it's absolutely insane how strong that set is. I mean, excuse me, Essence Thief is something you definitely cannot go wrong with. I mean, you seriously cannot go wrong with that set. So with that said, now we get into my personal favorite set. It's literally, I'm so happy that they made. I mean, I guess there was a set that was similar to this, but I love this set. I'm not gonna lie. You guys will probably catch me using it a lot, which is, to get into it, Oak Fathers. Good old Big Daddy Oak. This is my favorite set. Now it's not my number one set, but this is, like, you will see me using this set all the time. Like, it's just, I don't know if it's I'm biased, so number 2 might be going on a stretch. Number 1's not debatable, but this is kind of how this is one of my favorite sets, and here's why. Adds 129 weapon damage and spell damage. Adds 129 weapon and spell damage. Another 129 weapon and spell damage. Gains 449 offensive penetration, because I like to pin people, penetrate them. Seriously, you just penetrate the hell out of them. Enemies for each major buff they can have active, so which is insane. Gains 20 and weapon spell damage against enemies for each minor buff they have active. So it really does. It really does slap extremely hard. You pair this with the next set in the game, the best set in the game, I think you become an unstoppable force. It really, this is got to be best of both worlds. So this is why I like this set, and like I said, kind of biased to it, because Oak Fathers is one of my favorite sets in the game. So that's why it's just, it hits extremely hard. I can't say enough about Oak Fathers. I really can't. I could go on all day about this set. So now we got to get into the number 1 set in the game. My opinion, not debatable. We already know. It is you. I'm over here messing this up. It is yours, one and only. How do you say it? One truly, one and only. Rally and Cry. Rally Cry set. This thing is absolutely insane. I mean, it's a PvP set. That's all I need to say. We need to just charge this thing up because we're about to use it now. It is really one of the best sets in the game, hands down. I cannot say too much about this set anymore. It is absolutely amazing. I love it. You won't see me running it very often, just because typically I play with 2 or 3 people lately, so I won't run it. I'll only pretty much run this when I'm solo. But let's check out what it does for all you new people, which I don't know how many there are, but check this out. Adds 657 critical chance, adds 1,096 max magicka, another 657 critical chance. When you're healing critical strikes while Battle Spirit is active, you and your group member within 12 meters gain 1,600 critical resistance, 3,000 in spell damage for 20 seconds. Each group member affected reduces the weapon and spell damage by 15 and critical resistance by 83. So, it's still strong, but I personally like to run this solo bolo. So, basically, that is my tier list. So, like I'm saying, this has got to be one of the best sets in the game. And yeah, so that, like I said, this basically sums up my tier list on what's the best sets. That's my top 5. Rally number 1, Oak Fathers number 2, Essence number 3, Mechanical number 4, and number 5, Wretched Vitality. I know there's some honorable mentions like Order's Wrath and Nurn or whatever, but these are the ones that I like, and Torque's another one. So these are just my personal top 5. So if you guys enjoy the video, it's a little different. I try to do some more editing, try to get better at this kind of stuff, but your boy's working on it. So alrighty guys, take it easy. Out.